Paul Newman believed that every person has the power to make a difference, and it all begins with luck.
I'm a great believer in luck and the extraordinary role that plays in all of our lives. Good luck, bad luck, medium luck.
Paul Newman had seen combat and felt lucky to have survived. The same was true for retired Staff Sergeant Michael Malarsie.
December 2nd, I deployed to Kandahar province in Afghanistan. We were there for almost a full month.
1-2 set.
January 3rd, our foot patrol was ambushed. Multiple IEDs, small arms fire. I was injured in the first blast. We ended up kind of a 13-man patrol, losing 4 and having 6 wounded. Woke up a week and a half later in Washington, D.C., learning that I was going to be totally blind and had to figure out what I was going to do with the rest of my life. During those first few days, I remember being lost and not having any clue what I was going to do. But the same day that I heard about the patrol, what happened to the guys, I had 4 friends that aren't coming back at all, and I was not going to insult them by feeling sorry for myself. I realized how fortunate I was to be alive.
Like Paul Newman, Mike Malarsie wouldn't give up easily.
I started asking about guide dogs. I knew from early on, I said, I want one of those. How do I do that?
The VA and others try very hard, but unfortunately, our government will not pay for the guide dog. How do we help deal with this issue, and how do we do it in a model way that will make a statement for others? And the light bulb went on, and I said, we have Fidelco.
Fidelco has been serving our country's military heroes and veterans really for over 5 decades. But the demand is increasing now because of the current theaters of war in Iraq and Afghanistan.
It was the beginning of November when I sent my application in, and in January, actually on the 1-year anniversary of losing my eyesight, Xxon showed up on my doorstep. It was like Christmas. He gave me back the confidence to get out and just to try anything, to put myself out there. It was just amazing to be that mobile again. The Newman Zone Foundation and every other donor that's in this room tonight and that has ever donated, I, from personal experience, can promise you that the things that you do change lives. And it is a true blessing to have people like you care so much about people like us. I thank you very much.
The Newman Zone Foundation not only paid entirely for Xxon, for Michael's dog, they have funded a total of 5 guide dogs that we will place with military personnel or their immediate family members. What I believe is in the heart of our relationship with the Newman Zone Foundation is that we make significant improvements in our clients' lives by partnering them with a guide dog. And I believe that's what Mr. Newman was aiming for, to improve society by giving it all away.
Mike Malarsie is paying it forward. Working with Fidelco, he convinced former Senator John Kerry to introduce the Senior Airman Mike Malarsie Act to generate grant money for service animals.
And it's given me the hope that I can continue to help others have opportunities like I've had, to help other people enjoy their lives.
He writes a blog to help others as well.
I started this website and actually called it How to Be Blind, because I wanted to teach people how to use accessible technology, how to enjoy life, how to get out and just be normal. I actually get asked a lot, if you could go back, would you not go on that patrol? Would you not cross that bridge? But as far as my own life, what happened to me, I wouldn't change anything, because it changed my perspective on my life, from being focused on myself to realizing what was important, which is family.
Xxon is a big part of that family. And so is a woman named Jessie, the widow of one of his buddies killed in the IED explosion. She had come to visit him in rehab.
I'd always heard people talk about the love at first sight kind of a thing, and I always thought that was stupid. But that was exactly what happened to both of us. I've got a wife and kids now that I wouldn't have had. I've got this dog that has absolutely changed my life.
Mike now works for Fidelco, helping the organization raise funds for more guide dogs for the blind.
It really has been amazing how many doors have opened just because of a little effort and a little bit of help from an amazing dog.